Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is a very special one. We are going to play with the newest collection from Ensley Reign Cosmetics, and we are talking about the Cosmic Dreamer collection. I have the eyeshadow palettes, the Moondust, the single shadows, the lip gloss, everything with me. So if you're ready to discuss everything, please keep on watching. Oh my god, how excited I was to record this video. I cannot even tell you. I was stalking my mailman. Today we are going to talk about the newest Ensley Reign collection, and this is the Cosmic Dreamer collection. If you've been on Instagram on my channel, I'm like, okay, when is it coming? From the time this was revealed, I was so excited for this. You know how much I love my Ensley Reign palettes, and this should not be any different. I know that I love the quality of the palettes. I just want to know if that color story speaks to me or not at this point of time. And look at the artwork. I love the artwork that they have done with this palette. I am very excited about this. When you order your Ensley Reign palette, it's gonna come like this. And the palette, this is not the palette. The palette sits so beautifully inside this packaging. It says Dreamer right here. If you know, I do not throw away any of my Ensley Reign packages. All of them are right there. This would join the family very, very soon. Let's talk a little bit more about the collection, and then we'll do swatches because I have the entire collection, not only the palette. So this is called the Cosmic Dreamer collection. The full collection bundle would retail for $280, and it has a $301 value in it. And this is the Cosmic Dreamer palette, which retails for $69, which I feel like for these many shades, it's perfect. It also has like a mirror that is star shaped. Look at the palette. Oh, I want to sing. That's how beautiful it is. It has 25 shades, which is all 23 millimeter square pan, and it is all magnetic pans. So this has like a mix of mattes, shimmers, holochromes, multichromes all in it. I see 14 mattes and 11 shimmers. We're going to swatch and see which ones are multichromes, which ones are duochromes, which ones are like sparkly goodness. The color story is speaking to me. I love that it goes from very light to very dark and everything in between, and all the shades that you see, like let it be pink, let it be neutrals, let it be greens or blues, everything has like a lighter shade as well as like a mid-tone shade and a deeper shade, which I absolutely love in a palette. And you know how impressed I was with the Groovy Garden palette. I really want this to just speak to me the same way that does. These shimmers are talking to me more because Groovy Garden palette definitely had like more green shimmers. I'm so excited. Can you even say it? But that's not the only thing. Let me just show you the entire collection and then we'll start swatching. This collection also has six pressed shadows too, and also 6 Moondust shadows, which are those like loose pigments. And it also comes with like a lip gloss. This is Rain or Shine lip gloss, and this one is in the shade Cosmic Dreamer, of course. So let's first apply this. Lip gloss retails for $16, and it also says that it has multichromatic sparkle in it. It's such a beautiful shade. It is like a peachy, goldy, shimmery gloss. I really love their glosses. Let's give it a try. I am wearing like a very neutral, like a brownie tone lip. So let's just apply it on top of that. The scent, it's so nice. And I can see the sparkle and the shine. I love a good balmy formula. That's beautiful. It's so everyday-esque. Really love it. Okay, let's continue. Let's first start off with the palette because I feel like most of the people would be excited about the palette. So let's start swatching. Let's go row by row because I feel like that makes the most sense. The first shade is a Milky Way. It's more of like, it's not a matte, it's a satin white shade. Then we have the shade Dreamscape, which is like a muted pink shade. It's not like a baby pink or a Barbie pink. It definitely has a little bit more of a depth to it. Then we have the shade called Cosmic Queen, which looks amazing. It looks pink, golden, orange. Oh my God, can you see that? Let's do here. So those are the first three shades. Let me just finish off with the first row. Then we have the shade Visionary, which looks like a hot pink shade. And then we have the shade Astral Traveler, which looks like a deepened plummy brown shade. And this is a shimmer. Oh my God, that shade. It's a chocolatey plummy brown. Oh my God, that looks amazing. Okay, let's swatch it. How smooth these shades are. So that is the first 5 shades of the palette. Look at that multichrome. It is beautiful. And that chocolatey brown shade, that can deepen out any look. Like for a smoky eye, can you imagine that? And then top it over like any iridescent shimmer on top. Oh my God, that'll be stunning. Loving the first 5 shades, which is very girly, very like pretty, feminine kind of looks. Okay, the next shade is called Antimatter, and this looks like a taupe matte. And then we have Stargazer, which looks like a pink shade with blue sparkles running throughout it. You know the shade. Then we have the shade Miraki, which is more like a deeper peach shade. It's like a mid-tone peach shade. Oh, that's amazing. I know you cannot see it. That's so pretty. Let me finish off the row and then I'll show it to you. The next shade is called Interplanetary, which is like a orangey shade but with tons of gold sparkle running throughout it. And then we have the shade called Spacey, which is like a deep chocolatey brown shade. Oh my God, that Spacey shade is amazing. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, so those are the shades of the second row. Very neutral tone. And that shade, the duochrome shade, pink to blue, that can go with the pinks too. And that orange can really go well with the neutral tones. Very pretty. Those two rows itself, like peaches and the pinks, will go beautiful with each other. Okay, let's move on to the next row. I love that chocolatey brown shade too. The next shade is called Ethereal Plain. Oh my God, I was eyeing this shade so much. You know I love my neutrals, and a special neutral shade would be... Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Amazing. Okay, next is Dreamer, which is like a muted green, like a gray green shade, I would say. And then we have the shade called Lucidity, which is like a green gold. Ugh. My eyes are popping out. So pretty. Okay, let's swatch. It's so pretty, you guys. Let's finish the third row. Oh my God. The next shade is Electric, and then we have the shade Wanderer. Now these two look very similar in the photographs, but Electric definitely is deeper than this like green. It has a lot of gray in it, and Wanderer looks like a deep charcoaly gray shade with like a touch of green in it. Mainly, but I would say charcoal gray, okay? So let's swatch that. Yeah, in the swatches you'll be able to see. Love that. So those are the next 5 shades. That neutral shade, man, that is a holochrome shade. It's a neutral shade with a ton of holographic particles to it. And look at that multichrome, that golden green. Oh my God, stunning. Let's move on to the next row. We have the shade called Dreamer, and this looks like a taupey gray. Yeah, taupey gray. And then we have the shade called Mercury, which is, oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Wow, I definitely need to use that. It's like a bronzy green shade. Then we have Intergalactic, which is like a mustardy tan shade, I would say. And then we have the shade Astral Plain, which looks like a dirty money green kind of shade. And then we'll swatch the shade Wild Hearted too. Okay, let's swatch. Oh, beautiful. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Is this gonna be my new favorite? Can't promise, okay? Let me at least apply it to my eyes. Let's do the last shade, which is Wild Hearted, which is like a matte teal shade. So creamy. Okay, so those are the next 5 shades of the palette. Look at that multichrome. This one. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Is it gold? Is it gray? It has so many sparkles running throughout it. It is so pretty. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okay, the last row, okay? I cannot wait to put this on my eyes. Start off with the shade called Cosmic Dust, which is like a gunmetal gray. My eyes. It's so beautiful. The next shade is called Astral Body, which is like a gray blue, like a dusty gray blue, like a hint of purple too in it. Then we have the shade called Lunar Storm, which is like a blue to a purple shifting shade, but a holographic one. And then we have the shade Neptune, which is like a royal blue shade. And then we have the shade Eclipse, which is a matte blue, black with like a ton of sparkles running throughout it. So let's do this. Oh my gosh. Can you see the smoothness of these shadows? Oh my god. That's amazing. And the last shade Eclipse, which looks like a black actually, but with tons of silver sparkles running throughout it. Let me swatch it. And I'm pretty sure you can use that as a matte black too, if you like tap off the brush. That looks stunning. So that's the last 5 shades. Did a full swatch just because I wanted to fit everything here. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Let me show you all these swatches in the outside lighting too, so that you can see everything in action, how sparkly it is, how beautiful it is. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So again, that was our palette. Let's watch the rest of the things. By the way, I am an affiliate with Ensley Reign Cosmetics. My code is Smithy Sony to save you 10% off if you use my code. Thank you so very much. Okay, let's move on to the pressed shades. I already do have like these 10 shadows from Ensley Reign in my collection. This middle row was from the Groovy Garden collection, and these are like some of the singles that I have from them. Let's unravel the Cosmic Dreamer collection. So the first shade that we have is Party in the UFO, and this looks like a blue shimmery shade. I'm pretty sure these are multichromes. There are 6 pressed pigments, which are singles, and these would retail for $18 each. There are 4 holochromes, 1 multichrome, and 1 marbled multichrome. Looks like this one is holochrome. This one, Party in the UFO. Let me swatch this, and I'm gonna swatch this like on the palm of my hand. Yeah, that's definitely a holochrome. It's a blue to a purple shifting shade. Can you see that? And there are tons and tons of holochrome particles that are running throughout it. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's start. So pretty. So pretty. Can you see that? It is amazing. Amazing. Shadow is called Star Chaser, and this looks like more of a neutrally shade, but also another holochrome, I would say. Oh my god, this looks like a neutrally shade but with purple shift to it, and you know my love affair with purples. Okay, let's watch it. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, look at that. It's blue, it's purple, it's green. It is such a special multichrome. Definitely another holochrome. These are like wearable holochromes. Oh my god. Beautiful. It looks like purple, blue, aqua, pink. Oh my god. Can you even see? Oh my god. My heart is singing. So pretty. That's just stunning, stunning. And that was the shade Star Chaser. Okay, let's move on to the next shade. The next shade that we have is called Existential Bliss. Oh my god, the names. This is a neutral green shade. I can see green and like a very wearable coppery gold uh, with again tons of holographic sparkles running throughout it. I hope you can see that shift. A stark green shift. Very pretty. Let's watch that. Just stunning. Okay. There you go. Oh my. It's 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 gold, copper, green with holographic particle. Oh my gosh, you can definitely see that shift. So beautiful. So far everything has been like a holochrome. The next shade is called a Raphim, and this looks like a cool tone neutrally shade, but again like a gray purple. So pretty. I don't know if there is, it's definitely a holochrome for sure. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. It's so sparkly, so sparkly. Do you see that? Next shade. This is, I don't even know what's the base in it. It feels like pure holochrome. Like I don't even know what to say for the base. But I just see so much of holochromy goodness. There's definitely a base, like a gray base, but tons and tons of holochromy particles, like a gray purple base, I would say. Okay, the next shade is Lucid Dreams. It looks like a yellow green, and this doesn't seem like a holochrome. It looks more like a straight up, just I would say like an iridescent multichrome, but not a holochrome. Let's watch it. Oh, so smooth. Extra smooth this is. I see yellow for sure. Yellow, green, blue, pink. Definitely a multichrome. Let's watch it here. Oh my gosh. That's beautiful. And so smooth. It's like wet looking. Do you see that? It just vanishes away too. You see green and pink. I see like purple, blue too. Can you see that? That is so stunning. So stunning. Oh, that's blinding. I love it. Okay, we have one more shade. The last shade that we have is a marbled multichrome for sure. And this is called Divine Realm. And this, oh my God, looks so pretty. It looks like that yellow-green shade that I just swatched with pink swirlies all throughout it. Do you see that? Oh my God, I don't even want to swatch this. I don't want to spoil this. Okay, let's do it. Let's see if we mix it, what shade we get. I'm assuming like a peachy shade. Okay, where are we swatching? Let's swatch it here. Definitely like a peach with blue-green shift. Oh my gosh. Again, very, very smooth. Do you see that? This shade. Wet looking. It's like glossy looking on the eyes. At least on my palm of my hand. Oh, that looks amazing. I feel like that shade is same what is there in that gloss and same in one of the loose pigments too. Oh my God, I'm so excited, so excited. We have 6 loose pigments. These are called Moondust. So if you are not aware, Ensley Reign does like these loose pigments, and these would retail for $14 to $17 depending on what shades you are buying. Obviously, there are 6 in this collection. As I mentioned, there are 4 multichromes and 2 duochromes. If you know how much I love this formula so very much. So I cannot even wait to test all of this out. Okay, the first shade is called Cosmic Queen. It looks like a peach with like that green shift, the same one that we like swatched with that swirly thing. That's exactly how it looks. I'm gonna try and swatch it on the back of my hand so that you can see it. Let's see if you can see it or not, because these are like a loose pigment. So let me just swatch it right there and see if you can see it or not. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's definitely like a peach with a very light base, okay? It's not like too pigmented on the light. It's very sparkly. It's like a peach base with a ton of holographic sparkle. I can see pink, I can see green, ton of sparkles running throughout it. The next Moondust that we are gonna swatch is the shade Cosmic Dust. And this looks like a gray, but I also see like a hint of purple running throughout it. Yeah, it's more of like a gray, but a holographic gray. So let's watch it here, right next to it. This definitely has a more pigment than the other shade. Hopefully you can see that. But so sparkly. Very, very, very sparkly. This is less holographic pigments. The first one definitely had more. The next shade is called Cosmic Light, and Cosmic Light looks like a white, but I see like shifts of pink and blue. It's difficult with my nail too, but oh my god, I definitely see pink and purple shift. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Oh, I love these iridescent shifting shades. There you go. And that is the shade Cosmic Light. Definitely like a UV light kind of a situation. Tons of sparkle running throughout it with like a transparent base. I see a lot, it's like a transparent shade, but I see like pink and blue specks running throughout it all across. Love that. The next shade that we're going to swatch is called Cosmic Energy, and this definitely looks very deep. It's like a blue but with like purple shift running throughout it. Swatch this and see how this rolls. Definitely do not have anything this dark in the loose pigment. Let's watch it. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Oh, can you imagine a smoky eye with that? That's amazing. Oh, you see green. I see blue and purple. That definitely has like a base to it, but so sparkly. Beautiful. Again, that was the shade Cosmic Energy. Before I start playing with these shades, I definitely need to wash my hands. The next shade is called Cosmic Voyager, and this definitely is like that green to a blue shifting shade. Again, this shade, I'm assuming that this has like a lot of base to it. So let's watch that. I'm picking up really, really light. Feel like you'll be able to see it. Look at that. It's so pretty, you guys. And you can definitely layer it up to make it more opaque. Again, I'm using it like with a little bit on my finger. And last, certainly not the least, we have the shade called Cosmic Ember, which is like a peach shade with like a golden sparkle running throughout it. So let's watch that. Oh, that's beautiful. Very similar to the gloss shade that we applied. There you go. Look at that. Like an iridescent fiery peach shade. So those are the Moondust shades. Very pretty, very sparkly. So excited for the whole bunch. I cannot wait to put everything on my eyes, but I just have 2 eyes. So let me wash this off and then I'll come back and then we'll do looks together. Okay, let's begin playing with the palette. This video is going to be a million years long. We're going to do 2 looks, and if you want more looks using all of these shadows and the Moondust, we'll do another video with. But let's begin. I'm going to start off with this Dreamer shade first, and let's see where that takes us. Super excited to play with it. I just want to see how these shadows perform. It's definitely a gray shade. And I'm going to just take that in the crease. And that is going to be our crease shade. I'm gonna take another brush with this shade, Antimatter. This is like a taupey shade, and I'm gonna take that in the crease of the eye, like the inner third of the crease. Okay, now once we have blended all of this together, I'm gonna go with this Dreamscape shade, which is that pink, and I'm gonna pair that pink with the grays. I love a good pink and a gray combination, and I feel like that can be beautiful and everyday, because of course you can go deep dark grungy with this palette, but also I want to show how everyday you can go with this palette. Look how stunning that is. Okay, let's take this shade Wanderer, which is the deeper gray of the palette. I'm going to take that right there in the outer corner of the eye. Look at that. That's beautiful. I'm gonna take a hint of this, put it right there, and then a hint of this Astral Body shade, which is that blue-gray shade, and put it right in the middle. Obviously, you can just leave this eye look just like this. It'll be a soft matte eye look, but you know me. You know me. I need a shimmer. I'm gonna go back into that Dreamer shade, and I'm gonna take that on the lower lash line, and also this Dreamscape shade. Definitely wanted to use the shade Ethereal Plain, which is that shimmery, iridescent, like a neutrally shade in the palette, with nothing, like no primer, anything. I'm just gonna place that right there on the eye. Look how stunning that is. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. That's just beautiful. Okay, now to mend this shade and this shade together, I'm gonna take this shade, which is Cosmic Dust, which is that gunmetal gray shade. I'm gonna just place that right there as a mending shade between that gray and that pink. Going into this shade Milky Way, which is that satin white shade in the inner corner. And just opening up the eye. Now I'm gonna take a smaller brush with this shade Eclipse, the black, in the extreme outer corners, okay? Just smoking it out right there. I'm just tapping it and the depth will follow. Look at that. Since that Ethereal Plain shade is right here, I am gonna take this shade also, Stargazer, just so that that hint of pink comes through, and melt it down, both the shades. That's beautiful. I'm gonna finish off this eye with some liner and mascara. Look how bright that is. And that's my first eye look. Definitely went more like ethereal vibes, like everyday, but like cool tones, smoky vibes. I really love, it's not smoky by any means, but like very ethereal, like galactic vibes. Okay, now let's move on to the other eye. Okay, let's start off with this shade Meraki, which is that peachy shade. And I'm gonna take that all across the crease. It's a beautiful peachy shade. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, next I'm gonna go with the shade Electric. This one, the murky green shade. Yeah. I'm also gonna take that mixed with that peach shade. Going back into that Meraki shade. Just melting both of these shades together. Now to deepen it a tad bit more, I'm going to take this shade, which is Spacey which is that deeper brown shade, and pat it right there in the outer corner. Such a beautiful chocolatey brown shade. It's so pretty, so pretty. Okay, now next I'm gonna take this shade, Mercury. This is stunning. I'm gonna take that mainly on the outer corners to the center of my eyelid. I'm gonna take this shade, which is Interplanetary, the orangey shade. And melt it with that Mercury shade. Look how shiny that is. That's beautiful. Let's take this shade Stargazer again. I'm gonna take that, yep, in the inner corner. And just to mend both of these shades together, I'm gonna take this shade Astral Plane and just place that right in the center. Just to mend that orange with that deeper coppery green gold shade. Oh, that's so beautiful. For the lower lash line, I'm going to take this shade Intergalactic and place it right there. So the second eye look is also done. Let me finish off this eye with some liner and mascara and I'll get right back. And that's my second eye look. I really love how everyday and warm tone this eye look, and this eye looks more like cool tone and galactic and everything beautiful. I really love both of the essence of the eye look. I definitely want to do more like out loud, because you can. You definitely can do like loud looks with those blues and pinks and those teals. Definitely want to dive into those shades too, which I feel like I'm going to do in the third and the final look. So let me take off these looks and I'll come back to do the final look. So definitely want to use more shades that I did not use in the beginning. So let's begin. I am going to start off with that blue shade, which is Neptune, this one. And this, I'm just going to do that in the outer corners. Again, I'm just looking for a hint of blue. Nothing too much. I'm just going to focus that right there, as you can see. It's a beautiful blue. It's a royal blue, but it can definitely provide some great depth. Again, I'm going in a diagonal way, just like that, okay? Now, I want a hint of pink, so I'm going to take actually both these pinks, this mainly in the inner corner and this to mend it together with that blue. So let's begin with that. I'm going to start off with that baby pink in the inner portion of the crease, just like a blending shade. And then I'm going to take that visionary shade and place that right on the crease. I'm keeping the lid bare. I'm going with a very light hand. Obviously, if you go with like more of a denser brush, you will get much more punchy green, punchy pink. And I also want to use a few of the single shadows from the collection, going back into that pink, the light pink, and blending the edges, going into this blue astral body and just stamping the edges of the deeper blue, just to connect that pink with that deeper blue. Actually, when the blue and the pink is meeting, it's creating that purpley shift. So that we all love. You know how much I love my purples. So that would be really amazing. Okay, so that's all that I'm doing on the top part of the eye look. Now, for the inner corners, actually, now let's dip into the Moondust as well as the single shadows, because we have quite a bit to play with. So let's take this shade, which is Star Chaser, which is that blue purpley shifting shade, and also that marbly shade that we swatched before, which was Divine Realm. Let's take both of these shades first. So with nothing on the eyelid, I'm gonna first take this shade Star Chaser, and I'm gonna take that. Oh, that's such a beautiful shade. I'm going diagonally just because the whole shape of that eye look is more on the diagonal side. And I'm just gonna place that right in the center and plopping it right on top of that, a little bit of the edge of the blue too. Okay? Right there. Look how stunning that is. That's a beautiful shade. Oh, I love that. Let's do the same thing on this part of the eye too. On top of that blue, it's definitely pulling more purple, which is such a surprising thing. Oh my god, that's stunning. Now I'm going to take a smaller brush with this shade. This is Divine Realm. And I'm just going to take that. I'm going to spray this just because, one, it's a smaller brush and I don't want it to just go everywhere. I'm going to take that. Oh, that's such a stunning shade too. It's a peach, pink, green. You see that? It's so stunning. Let's do the same thing on this eye too. Look at that. It is so stunning. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Now I'm going to take this Moondust, which is Cosmic Queen. I'm just going to take a little bit on the back of my brush and going over the inner corners with this shade. Oh my god, that's so sparkly. That's beautiful. Just whatever is left over on the brush, I'm just gonna gaze it through the inner portion of the crease. Just right there. Just for a hint of sparkle. Wasn't I going for like a very easy look? Oh my gosh. These shadows just pushes me outside my comfort zone, but also makes me look so pretty. I feel like that. I feel pretty. Let me finish off this eye with some liner and mascara. And that's my third and the final look. I really love the way how this turned out. Like, this is definitely my favorite look that I've created with this palette. And I feel like you can do so much, but it's with every Ensley Reign palette, because the shimmers are like so sparkly and shifty. I feel like keeping it simple would just help the shadows to just peek through. The shadows are absolutely beautiful in this palette. Let me see how many shades I used. So I did not use 6 of the shades. This shade, I know this is going to be amazing. I did not use these 2 greens, this chocolatey brown shade, this shade, and this teal shade. But rest everything I used in all the 3 looks. And of course, I'm going to do more looks with this palette. I feel like I'm going to create like a custom palette to take with me to Canada, and some of the shades from this palette would also be there. I am very excited for the entire collection, if you cannot say. I absolutely loved everything that I used. The gloss was amazing. Of course, I changed my lips for right now. The gloss was amazing. I've always loved the Moondust from Ensley Reign. Just pick a shadow that like speaks out to you and you'll not be disappointed. The single shadows you saw, like how impactful it is on the eyes, is just beautiful. But if you want like a bang for your buck, if you want a lot of like special shades in one position, I would say go for the palette. The palettes definitely is such a beautiful, it's such a beautiful quality, and you get so many things to play with, especially if you're like a lot of indie shadows in your collection. I feel like they give you so much. And without a doubt, Ensley Reign has the best eyeshadow formula that I have in my collection, that I have tried so far. And I stand by it. The shimmers are beautiful. The mattes are blendable, buildable. It's just beautiful. I cannot recommend Ensley Reign enough. I am going to do a ranking all my Ensley Reign palettes in my collection, because I think I have like 8 of them with me, and we'll see how this palette ranks with the other palettes, because I have to use it a little bit more, because so far I've only created 3 looks, right? But I'll definitely use it a ton more in like office looks, create more like simple looks, and I'll pop like a few pictures in the coming videos so that you can see all of this in action. But that's all for today, guys. Don't forget to use my code. This, again, the whole collection I think launches on May the 10th. At this time, they've not revealed it, but I think the owner did tell me that it is releasing on May the 10th. And all of the prices, everything would be in the description box below for you guys. I do have a code with Ensley Reign, Smithy Sony, to save you 10% off if you do use my code. I thank you very, very much. The code applies to anything on their website, and I would highly recommend any of their eyeshadow palettes or the Moondust or the single shadows. Those are like my favorite tippy top things from Ensley Reign Cosmetics. But that's all for today, guys. I know this video is a million years long, so I'll let you guys go. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.